Hey, welcome back to the Marking Out Network. I am, of course, one of your hosts, the illustrious, the Reaps to your Reaper.
Oh, God.
I am Dean Walker.
Hey, guys, it's me, Neal, Pretty Boy Thomas here. But you already know that, right?
No, they don't. That's all right.
Yeah, we do.
Speaking of knowing names, today we're going to be playing a new game called Guess That Wrestler by Their Real Name this week.
Yeah, but we're going to spice this week up. We're going to play a little game first.
Yeah.
And hopefully it's fun. I didn't know nothing about this game beforehand. I didn't know what we were going to play. I didn't know what we were going to talk about. But we're going to try to make things interesting for our millions of viewers out there in YouTube land and Spotify land and everywhere else you want to listen to this fucking podcast. Because that's what we do here at the Marking Out Network. This is why we're the best.
Out.
Hey, are we missing somebody this week, by the way?
Huh? No, I don't. I mean, we got your dog here, Pooch.
We got Poochies over there. I feel like we're a little smokeless. There's usually it's three of us here, but I can't really tell.
No, I feel like I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, right.
But I can't remember. No,
I can't either. It's
something
it's
about
weird.
this feels
it's weird,
right, though. It feels right.
I feel like I'm not even sitting in the same spot I normally am. But whatever. Let's get to the game.
I was gonna say. I mean, I'm in the same spot.
Yeah.
So we're gonna start easy. Actually, well, you know what? I don't know. It depends on how you guys know your shit. But we're gonna have section 1, which will be today's current stars. Section 2 will be old school. All right. So let's start with today. Round 1.
Okay, explain the game. What are we actually doing here? Explain it.
Okay.
Explain
All
it.
right,
Explain
all
it.
right.
Explain it.
My bad.
Yes.
So I'm going to read the real name of the wrestler, right? Let's make it easy. As an example, who is Randall Keith Orton? And then Neal will guess,
Randy Orton.
and I will say wrong. No, I'm just kidding. Yes, right. And then we'll move on, and we'll see how much of a real fan Neal Thomas is.
So how many questions do you have lined up for us?
Oh man, I gotta count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 with 2 bonus in part 1, and then old school we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just 5.
So since I'm playing against myself here, what am I actually winning? What's the whole point of this?
You will be Marking Out's number 1 fan.
All right, cool. I'm down for that. I'm down for that. I'm ready to go.
Yes.
You're just testing my knowledge here.
Exactly. Is he a fake fan? Is he a true fan? Let's start off with question number 1. Who is Alan Neal Jones?
Alan Neal Jones. Wow. I have no fucking idea.
I will say he is a big star. He's been wrestling for over 2 decades, I'm assuming.
So, all right, you're going to give me hints here. So, over 2 decades, 20 plus years in the business, Alan Neal Jones.
He was a star of another company for a long time before making his jump to WWE.
A star before he made the jump to WWE. Alan Neal Jones. That name sounds familiar, not because it has Neal.
Think of what the name could be if you translate it with its lettering.
Alan Neal Jones. A-N-J.
You're right there, man. You're right there.
AJ Styles.
There we go. AJ Styles. Is that correct?
AJ Styles.
That is correct.
Wow.
Should we add sound effects? Maybe I should add some
No,
sound effects.
it's fine. Just forget the sound effects.
Okay, all right.
Pretend you know who is here. He doesn't like them.
Okay.
There you go.
All right, next one. Who is Austin White? This one's a little bit easy if you catch my drift.
Austin White.
Austin White.
Austin Theory.
Austin Theory, that is correct. All right, this one.
Wait, slow down. I'm 2 for 2 here, man. Do I get points or is it 1 point?
You
2
get 2
points?
points now.
What's going on, man?
2 points.
All right, cool.
2-pointer.
All right, cool.
All
Go
right.
ahead.
This one's kind of easy. He uses that as a social media account sometimes. Who is Adam Joseph Schur?
Adam Joseph Schur.
Now, for this one, I want you to be sure. I want you to be correct.
Come on, man.
What?
Come
What?
on.
I'm just what?
Name sounds familiar. I feel like I know it. I feel like I fucking know it. This is a really tough one. because the first time you said Adam, I'm like, oh, you're gonna say Adam Copeland, but obviously
Too
that's
easy,
Edge.
too easy.
That's way too easy. Everybody knows Adam's real name. They even say it on the fucking TV show. Adam Joseph, sure. Can I get some kind of hint? Because I feel like I know, but I just need something to get me over the edge here. Give me something.
He's about 6'8". Big guy.
6'8", big guy. WWE, right?
WWE. This is a WWE related.
Okay.
So it's all gonna be big guy, big beard. Come on, that's right there, man.
Braun Strowman.
There it is. I was gonna say hits you like a train.
I was gonna say
all
right, you said beard, and I was like, all right, cool, all right.
All right, this one will be. Nah, I'm not gonna say which brand. I'll just go with it. Who is Brianna Coda? Now, if I'm pronouncing any name wrong, I'm gonna apologize now for the rest of the video. Okay?
Brianna Coda. You said you're not gonna say the brand. Is she NXT?
Yeah.
Cora Jade.
You're right. You're right.
That was holy fucking guess, man.
This one's more tough.
Oh, you're moving quick here. I can't even digest that one, right? Now,
Nope.
come on, give me
Not
my
able
fucking
to.
respect.
Not able to.
Give my respect.
All right, 4 points go to Neal total.
right.
Who is Luis Martinez? It's a very, very non-unique name. I was like,
Santos Escobar.
No.
It's not him.
No Escobars.
Damn. I was certain about that.
Zero Escobars.
Who is it?
You give up? You don't want to take the 5 point?
Luis Martinez?
He is obviously of Hispanic descent. I know damn well everybody's
Damian Priest.
Damian
Fuck.
Priest. You got it. You got it. All right. Who is Demi Bennett? Who's Demi Bennett? Female.
Demi Bennett.
Not Moore, not Lovato, but Bennett. Who do you got?
What promotion is she in?
Monday Night Raw.
Demi Bennett. Monday Night Raw. Bennett.
You're gonna laugh when you find out.
Am I gonna laugh? Is it funny?
In a way,
Is it like surprisingly funny?
I think it's funny for me, so probably not funny for you.
Demi Bennett.
Demi Bennett.
Benet now? Is it Benet? Or how do you pronounce it?
It's definitely probably Bennett,
Bennett? Demi Bennett.
most likely. I mean, you could be fancy with it. All right, shot
Is
clock.
she a champion?
Shot clock's 10 seconds.
No, is she a champion?
She is a champion.
Is it Rhea Ripley?
Yeah. It's a Judgment Day group right here. That's why it's funny to me. I mean,
Oh, God.
I did not take that
I
name.
thought these. I mean, I totally whiffed on Damian Priest, but
I figured Rhea was a real name.
I honestly didn't know. I had no fucking idea, man.
All right. I'll give it to you, I guess. But this one.
All right, go ahead.
This one's easy, but it might trick you.
All right.
Who is Joseph Yokozuna Fatu?
It might trick me because of Yokozuna. Is that it?
No, it's not. That's his middle name, though. He's named after.
He's
Yokozuna.
named after Yokozuna.
And his last name is Fatu. So you have a group here.
Jimmy Uso.
Wrong.
Jay Uso.
Nope. It is
It's Roman Reigns.
Solo Sikoa.
Fuck.
So close. So close.
I was there, man. I was there. Fuck.
So you got.
I would eventually have got to him. I would have went through the whole fucking bloodline, and then I would have got to Sami Zayn. And of course, it's not Sami Zayn.
Is
right?
it Sammy? You got 6 out of 7 points right now.
Oh, jeez.
All
That
right.
one. I feel like I should have got that one, but that's okay.
Last one before the bonus. Who is Pamela Rose Martinez?
Pamela Rose Martinez.
Who the fuck is Pam?
Pam?
Guess who Pam is? Which is really fucking funny. The only Pam,
Pam?
I know is from The Office.
That's really
And that's it.
that's really it. Shit, man. This one's a tough one. What was the full name again?
Pamela Rose Martinez. Pam.
Pamela Rose Martinez on Monday Night Raw.
What's up, Pam? So it's kind of lame. No offense. It's just kind of not.
I'll keep it moving. I really don't know.
It is Bailey.
Bailey.
She looks like a Pam to you.
You know what? I should have known that because somebody actually, her first name got mentioned on Twitter today, and I saw the name Pamela, and it didn't dawn on me. Fuck, man.
That's all right. Here's the bonus one. Now, the reason why I made it bonus is because their first names are the exact same. So I figured it'd be fun to just tell you the 2 real names, the 2 stage names, and you figure out which one matches which. All right?
Okay. All right. So explain that one more time. Explain it again.
Well, I'll just go along with it. You'll catch it. Ready?
All right.
We have Cameron Grimes and Ricochet.
Okay.
Both of their names are Trevor.
Okay.
All right. Weird, right? So, who is Trevor Dean Mann and who is Trevor Lee Cordell? Which one matches who?
I would say Man is Grimes, Cordell is Ricochet.
Complete opposite. Flip it around. Bring it back.
Wow, man.
Flip it and reverse it.
I totally missed that one.
Yeah, Trevor Dean Mann, Ricochet. Trevor Lee Cordell, Cameron Grimes.
Wow.
Ooh, crazy. All right. Let's go to old school. We only got 5. All right.
All right.
Who is Steve Borden?
Sting.
That's correct.
Yeah.
That is correct. All right.
That's Sting.
That was easy. Who is, this one kind of threw me, Richard Henry Blood Jr.
Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
Damn. Last name Blood.
Yeah.
That's kind of dope. Let's move on. Who is Roderick George Toombs?
Were you going old school?
Old school.
Roderick George Toombs. Dude, there's hundreds of wrestlers, man. I need some kind of hint if you're going old school.
Oh,
Give me a decade, a year, something. Roderick Toombs?
Mm-hmm.
You got to give me some kind of hit, man. There's a lot of fucking wrestlers, bro.
Let's just say Roderick is a good hint. Think of nicknames for Roderick. What are some nicknames?
The first ones I think of is Roderick Strong, but it's not him.
No. Like nicknames for What would you call, if my name was Roderick, what would you call me for like a short nickname?
Roddy Piper.
There it is. What'd you think of Roddy? You're like
Roddy, and then okay, all right,
right to it. Yep.
Really? Wait. Don't go on. Like I had no idea that was his fucking name.
Roderick
For 35 fucking years, I had no idea that was his name. I knew him was Roddy Piper.
Always
Piper.
Yeah. Super weird.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy.
Okay, this one, he's never really brought up too often, at least on the podcast. So you might not get it. But who is Jonathan Anthony Wazinski?
Jonathan Anthony Wazinski. Wazinski?
Must be a Polish fella.
Wazinski? Again, I need a little more here, man. This is tough. I need a decade, a year, something.
Think of February.
February.
What happens in February? Anything?
Valentine's Day, hearts.
Ooh, Valentine's Day, huh?
Heart Foundation.
You're going in a different direction here.
Really?
Different direction, but it is Valentine's Day. That happens in February. And Greg Valentine.
Greg Valentine. Fuck, man. Wait.
You said the Hammer Valentine, but I wasn't sure if I should give it to you.
Greg the Hammer Valentine. Fuck,
but you said
man.
Johnny the Hammer Valentine.
No. I was thinking John. For some reason, Johnny was sticking in my head. The Hammer. Greg the Hammer Valentine. Fuck,
I was
man.
like, I mean, the Hammer Valentine's kind of right. I'll give you a half point.
Whatever. I'm not peeing against anybody. It doesn't matter. But all right.
Right.
I was right. If you gave me like 20 more seconds, I would have got it.
That one should have been the last one. I think this one's easier. But if you don't get it, I'll be surprised because Neil Thomas is a fake fan if he doesn't get this. That's
we don't
crazy.
use the F word here. We don't.
Fake.
Go ahead. Shoot, man.
Neil Thomas is a scripted fan. Is that better? I don't.
Predetermined.
A predetermined fan. Right. Yeah. Randy Anthony Poffo.
Macho Man Randy Savage.
That's right. See, should have flipped him.
But see, the Randy was the giveaway though.
It
But I
is,
know
yeah.
Poffo was Macho Man's last name too. So
Kind of sticks out a little bit.
yeah.
That was fun, man. You got most of them.
A couple ones bug me. Damian Priest won. Greg the Hammer Valentine, who I actually liked growing up. I like Hammer Valentine. I should have got that one. Fuck, man.
Yeah.
Bailey won too. No idea. I thought her
Bailey
name was
won.
just Bailey.
Yeah, Bailey got me. I figured her name was like Bailey something. You know?
Yeah, right.
Let's hop into the next section. Right now, I wanted to talk about why we all are Homo sapiens. All right? We're all feeling the Omosity.
I got to lean forward for this one.
The Omosity is running high right here in the Marking Out Network. I'm
Listen.
an Homo sapien. He's an Homo sapien. I am Homo for Omos. Wait.
I was watching SmackDown as it was happening.
Yeah.
And we're watching it just like everybody else. I'm scrolling through Twitter. Everybody's hunky-dory, right? Everybody's cool. Everybody's just chilling. And all of a sudden, Seth Rollins versus Omos at Backlash. My dog who's sleeping right now, you can't see him on the couch. His ears perked up. He was like, "What?" It's like where he started getting mad. He started barking. He was like, "What the fuck is going on here?"
Growling at the TV.
He started growling at the graphic on the Backlash on the screen.
It was weird. I think you were growling too.
Yeah, right.
Because we're kind of all on both on all fours.
Yeah,
Growling at the TV.
And
Super weird.
listen, I respect the hell out of Seth Rollins. I love Seth Rollins, but you give him Logan Paul at WrestleMania. You give him a promo on the night after WrestleMania on Raw. You cut it. And all of a sudden, you give him The Miz on Monday Night Raw, who was actually a decent match. Didn't really care about The Miz at all whatsoever. Don't care about The Miz. Don't give a shit about him. But it was well received. And all of a sudden, you fast forward to SmackDown, right? And now you give us Seth Rollins versus Omos. Literally, they've had no reaction or interaction together. They've had no build whatsoever. So I'm thinking, where the fuck is this coming from? Literally, Seth Rollins was chilling with his wife, Becky Lynch, probably their kid too, at that very moment when the announcement was made. Seth Rollins goes on Twitter later that night, pulls up a GIF, Jim Carrey, alrighty then. Like, literally, he's finding out the match as we're finding out the match. Now, who the fuck would book something like that? You think Triple H?
Good old Trips.
Trips? Paul? Good old Paulie? Would book a match literally seemingly on the fly with a graphic that surprised the hell out of everybody. No dirt sheet, no Fightful, no wrestling blank, no nothing whatsoever, even a whiff of any of this kind of match taking place. Not even a rumor, nothing. And trust me, I scour the websites. I look on Twitter every fucking day. I search, we're going to say balls deep in this, right? Nothing of this match being spoken of. And all of a sudden, you give us Omos and Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins is a team player. He's a company man. He's going to do what he's told. He's going to make the most of the situation. The tickets are already sold in Puerto Rico, in San Juan, Puerto Rico. Bad Bunny's going to be there. We know the place, the venue is going to be packed to the brim. We know that for a fact. But why the fuck would you do this to Seth Rollins, man? Why? I don't understand it. Omos, he's coming off the Brock Lesnar match that he had. Triple H is not booking Omos. He is not. There is no fucking way. All of a sudden, we're getting heavy Omos fill, and for months, we didn't get a single match on TV. Not one match. Now, back-to-back pay-per-views, we're getting Omos at WrestleMania, Omos at Backlash. Who do you fucking think booking this stuff? There's no fucking way that Triple H would ever even touch Omos with a 10-foot fucking pole, because we know Triple H doesn't think highly of him. Why? Because there was 4 fucking months we didn't even see the guy. And now we get Seth Rollins booked at Backlash. Seth Rollins, I compared him to Shawn Michaels. He's he's going to put on a good match with a walking stiff. We know that. Sean, you can put him against his couch in his living room, and he can put on a 5-star match. We know that for a fact. Seth Rollins is in that same category. You put him up against even the fucking Miz, he can make a good match out of the Miz. He can make a good match with his lamp in his living room. It doesn't matter who you put him up against. He can make a good match out of it. My problem is nobody asked for this match. Nobody wanted this match. There's zero build. And we got to look at the writing on the wall, man. We have to look at the facts being presented to us. This can happen at any point, at any time with Vince McMahon. It can change at the drop of the hat. They made the announcement. We didn't get the Bianca Io Sky announcement, but we got Seth versus Omos. Isn't that strange to anybody? Isn't that strange to you, Dean? Isn't that strange to the fact that we get a random ass match out of the fucking blue with no build? How does that make any sense? And the fact that this can happen literally at any second of any time of any day, and it's just crazy to think about. And people are high on the draft. Don't get your expectations up that high. Please do not. Please don't think this draft is going to be game changing because we know who's booking the fucking thing. We know that. We know that for a fact. We can give Triple H the credit, but we got to knock him down too sometimes because he doesn't deserve all the credit that he's given sometimes because he's whiffed on a lot of shit that's going on. But we know this for a fact. This Omos shit, and don't give me this Brock Lesnar, Omos, they did a shit ton of views on YouTube. I don't give a fuck about that stuff, man. To me, that being popular on YouTube and getting all those views, that don't mean a motherfucking thing. But what pisses me off is this shit is going to happen, and it's going to be a long summer, and you think, I can pick, this is going to happen, Omos versus Goldberg. Fucking it's going to happen. I fucking know it. It's going to be Omos versus Goldberg, because Goldberg's been bitching and complaining like a little motherfucking bitch about his last match. Nobody gives a fuck about Goldberg anymore. Did anybody care about Goldberg in the last 5 fucking years? But we're going to get Goldberg and Omos in Saudi fucking Arabia or something like that. I fucking know it. And all the fucking marks in Saudi Arabia are going to eat that shit up with a motherfucking spoon. American audiences, they're going to tune in because we're tuned in to watch it. Mm-hmm. But this Seth Rollins, Omos thing, look at the writing on the fucking wall. Really open your fucking eyes and look, because this is fucking ridiculous, man. This is ridiculous, and I'm done.
Mic drop. Damn. Oh, did you guys think he was saying that Seth Rollins shouldn't be in this match? No, Omos shouldn't be in this match.
Omos shouldn't
deserves better.
Why is Omos going against Cody?
Yeah, I think Omos should be pushed. Seth Rollins, like this, you guys took this in reverse. We're not complaining.
We're tired of the Seth Rollins push. We had this shit for a decade already. Yeah, we're done. We're done. We're over that already.
I'm bouncing for Omos. So happy, jumping for joy.
So what do you think about this random occurrence of a Seth Rollins Omos match booked in Puerto Rico? It's strange to say the least. To say the least. Let's be fair.
If I had to guess, this sounds like Vince trying to get Omos over as much as he can. Put him against Brock. Put him against Seth. Put him against every other superstar who can get this guy over. Because Vince loves Omos. We already know that. That's what it sounds like to me. Vince came in, was like, that match didn't really work. Let's give him Seth. Or he could have been like, that was great shit. Put him against Seth. Either one. I mean, I can see it, definitely. This is VKM all over.
Oh, for sure, 100%. So I would say Triple H has a vision of where he wants the roster to go, but when you kind of throw these random matches in, it takes away the set plans that maybe Triple H had for Seth Rollins. Maybe he was like, you know what? I'm just throwing names out there. Maybe, what about this? A Seth Rollins LA Knight. That's intriguing, right? But then all of a sudden you throw Seth Rollins with Omos, LA Knight gets put on the back burner, and we got to start over again now because Vince booked Omos versus X, Y, and Z, and it's just like, where do you go from here? Because we know Omos is not going to get over. He's a walking stiff. Does anybody actually care about an Omos match? If you're out there in the wrestling world, if you say that you want to see Omos in a wrestling match, explain to me why. Give me reasons. Try to convince me why you want to see him. I don't know why. Is he a bad dude? No. Does he work hard? I'm pretty certain that he does. There's a lot of people that work hard that don't deserve opportunities, though. And it's just, there's so many other guys lined up. You think, man, this Backlash, we need Omos to make it full, to make it a great card. And it's more speaks about Seth Rollins, man. I don't know what's going on. Is he being punished? Is there something that he did to piss somebody off? Or is this just not his time right now? Because he's falling further and further and further back. Everybody's saying, oh, Seth Rollins was going to be the guy to take down Roman. He's getting further away like that. And if you say, oh, let it play out, I can't. I hate that term. I hate that term. Is he going to be facing Roman at WrestleMania 40? Who the fuck knows, man? It's a year away from now. Yeah. I'm not going to even entertain that idea. But why is Seth Rollins getting this kind of treatment now? It's been a couple months of this shit, and I can't figure out why. Everybody loves Seth Rollins. They love coming out singing his song. They love his gimmick, and it just seems like he's getting further and further away of where he should be, and I don't understand that. Now, is this a little bump in the road? Is this only one pay-per-view? This is kind of a big deal, though. This is the first time they've been in Puerto Rico for like 20 years, and you're booking Seth Rollins versus Omos, and that's a big deal, and I want to understand why people are just not accepting of the fact of what's going on here and just okay with this stuff. And it's not okay, because as consumers, as people who love and want to watch good quality wrestling, and not only good quality wrestling, but matches and stories that make sense, that coincide with each other, and not random bookings here and there. We know who's doing these random bookings, and this is not going to be the end of it. I sound like a fucking broken record, but literally things can change from a drop of a hat. People have their expectations really high for the draft, and it's not going to be that way. But this Seth Rollins Omos thing, is it going to be a barn burner? Is it going to be, Macho Man Steamboat and WrestleMania 3? No, it's not. But is Seth going to make the most of it? Yes, because he's professional. Will people be entertained? Yes. Will it get a lot of views on YouTube? Probably so. Will Puerto Rico have the biggest event, ticket sales-wise and attendance-wise and merchandise sales? Yes, because the tickets are already sold. But doesn't mean we have to accept it and like it. Because if we continue to do that, then we can just forget about all this stuff going on, and just Vince has free reign, and it's not going to end. It's just not going to end for another 2 years. And I feel like sometimes we have to take a stand as a wrestling community and be like, we don't want this shit. We don't.
Yeah, I mean, do I want him to get over? Sure, I want everyone to get over. But he's not going to get over by just these random matches that were put together at last minute. And that's why a lot of people weren't really built to be the next John Cena or the next Triple H.
You can't do that, though. You can't say the next.
Yeah. Well, that's what Vince does. He doesn't want to grow actual faces of the company, right? He kind of, in my opinion, lost touch, and a lot of people's opinion, they can agree too. He lost touch, and then he just kind of threw shit together or over-pushed guys like Roman. That never worked until recently.
Don't you compare wrestling as the carnival, right?
Yeah, Carnies. And
so what draws the most? The freak show.
Mm-hmm.
The freak show.
Yeah,
I'm not saying Omos is a freak, but
freak. He has a freak size to him. His size is freaky.
The freak of nature, right?
His size is freaky.
So
that sounds weird. Bring it back.
So if you treat professional wrestling as a carnival, there's a lot of similarities. So Vince McMahon is the ringleader, and then you have Omos and Brock Lesnar. They're the freak show.
Yep.
Now you have the trapeze artists. That's the Kenny Omega and the Vikingo, right? Now when you're going to the carnival, you're like, man, I want to see it all, but it's like
the guys doing flips, Ricochet.
The flips, yeah. There's a trapeze artist, right?
Elias is doing the music.
I think Foley made this comparison. There's something for everybody.
Yeah.
The freak shows, they're going to always draw. Everybody wants to see the guy with the 3 eyes or the lady with the beard. And that's where you have your Omoses. Everybody's going to be drawn to that for some particular reason. And Vince understands that. But coming from our point of view, because I'm not going to recycle or rehash other people's point of view. This is what I feel. Today's day and age, in 2023, that doesn't appeal to me anymore. Shit, 1993, when the Giant Gonzalez went against The Undertaker, I didn't like that either. This was 30 years ago. It already felt dated.
How did you feel about Great Khali?
I didn't like him. I thought he can barely move.
For a second, did you?
I thought he was an intimidating force in the beginning when he had some agility and can move somewhat.
You're talking like 06, 07?
Yeah, and then
that was.
Put the world heavyweight title on him against Batista.
Wasn't he in like a feud with Undertaker and shit?
He was feud Batista and Undertaker.
SmackDown, no. SmackDown.
Even Randy Orton too, right? Was it Randy Orton? Maybe not Orton.
I remember Rey Mysterio.
Yeah.
When he had that move where he would squish your head.
He would squish your head. He fucked up Mysterio and he had the chop.
Yeah.
There's an underlining tone into all this when it comes to professional wrestling. What do people want to see? And what Vince wants to give us doesn't necessarily work in this year. Triple H has other ideas and other plans. He wants more forward thinking. The traditionalist of Vince McMahon, that stuff that worked 30 years ago, doesn't necessarily play now. And I want to move forward from that. I've been watching wrestling for 36 years, man. It's a long time. I've seen every type of match, every feud, every weapon, everything you could possibly imagine. And to me, granted, the 10-year-old kid that's watching wrestling for the first time, he might be amazed by Omos. Be like, man, he's so big. He's unbelievable. That is fantastic. But I'm talking about from my point of view, it's not appealing anymore. What's appealing to me is the Kenny Omegas, is the Vikingos, and people that show athleticism and can display that. That's entertaining to me now. That's what gets me up out of bed. That's the Will Ospreays of the world. I still like Seth Rollins. It's not his fault he's being booked against Omos. But the Omos, like you say, Dean, experiment, we're going to get a steady dose of that. And because you know who's in charge, and I wish we can move forward. I wish wrestling could progress a little further. But if you keep booking Omos in this giant versus smaller guy realm that nobody really asked for or even a reason to, because he's not interesting, he doesn't talk. You have to have MVP talk for him. What I'm getting is this Omos thing in 2023 might have worked in 1992, 1987, but to me, it's not progressing professional wrestling anymore. Yeah, you have some certain old school ways that you need to do stuff because certain generations need to learn from the previous generation and pass down from generation to generation, but this stuff necessarily doesn't work anymore. It just doesn't. It's like, you know what? Omos is like the flip phone to the smartphone. Or even not even a phone. Omos is the beeper to the smartphone. Or even like the phone that was built into the car in the 1980s to the smartphone. It's just an old school mentality that Vince hasn't let go. And I wish we can move on from that. And it pisses me off too that we can't. Now there's certain promoters, won't mention any names, but we know who it is, that want to progress professional wrestling and move forward. Not to say you can't have a bigger guy go against a smaller guy, but when it's of this nature and the way it's booked, it's very telling of that person who's booking that match that they can't let go of their past and then progress professional wrestling as a whole.
Yeah, man. And to sum it up, basically what I think is Triple H, he's with the nowadays, like what you were saying, like how AEW runs their shows. They perform, they have an athletic performance, and it tells a story. The way Vince books it is like a carnival. This guy is considered a freak because he's 7'3", and most people are like 5'6" to 5'10". So that's the two different things. You got carnival, and then you have athletic performance. That's like the two different variations. And I think people from nowadays, they go towards the Triple H way. They want to see a performance. They don't want to see just a guy walking in the ring and knocking people over really slow. And they're not going to cheer just because he's tall like they did back in the day. So I mean, we can go into a whole psychology thing. We can go into all that kind of stuff, but not right now. You know, a lot of guests coming up.
We do.
We will.
So
we're admitting that now.
So here at the Marking Out Network, we got them lined up, but guys. If you didn't check out the Brittany Brooks interview that I did with her, please check that out. And
because we talk too much WWE, AEW,
we do
not dig in too much, and a lot of wrestling podcasts don't dig in too much of the indies.
No, they don't.
So we're trying to really get in there.
We are.
We wanna really show the talent that even you could go to for literally $20.
There's probably
and they're phenomenal.
No, there's probably like literally no matter where you live, there's probably a show like an hour away, 20 minutes away, 30 minutes away, $15, $20 to get in.
Things we didn't know about 20 minutes down the road.
Yep.
This episode seems short only because I feel like I think you are right, man. I think we're missing a voice here.
I think we are. He's actually doing a worldwide tour. He's pulling a Mercedes Monet. He's actually promoting the show.
Right.
He's probably smacking the shit out of somebody right now. Go figure. It's weird.
Oh my God.
I know. He kind of mirrors after her. But yeah, actually, Mercedes Monet's match is coming up. I got to throw that out there too.
You always do.
What time is it, by the way? What time is it?
11:08 p.m.
11:08. I think we're a couple hours away from Mercedes Monet match. I think that's going to be it. I am Neal Pretty Boy Thomas here. That is the show. Seth and Omos, God bless both of you. I hope you put on a great performance. Are we going to enjoy it? Probably not, but we're still going to watch anyway, so I guess that's the point, right? So there you go.
All right. Hey, this is Dean Walker. You can find me at 99 Dean Walker. All of our social medias are down below as well. Go ahead and hit that. I guess you can follow at Cordell Ponson. Please DM him all pictures. You don't have to do any text, just pictures. Send him if you want to send a picture of anything.
I'm gonna do smoke. Just
it.
end the fucking show.
Don't filter it. Just
end it.
all right. See you.